All right, we're kicking off page 3 of the script. I think that's right.
Yes.
And then, let's see. All right, so we got 5 panels to work with on this page.
Yeah, but I feel like do you remember because it looks like we cut
Yeah, we moved the panel over.
yeah, we moved the second half of that line from panel 6 on page 2.
Yep. All right.
And I don't know, we could either keep it, we could run it all together, or we could do the sort of shot reverse shot in the first two, where you kind of see either see like behind Jim looking over, like looking at the TV, where you get that end of that line, like the those things line, and then do the Grampy in the foreground with Jim behind him. Or we could just do the Grampy in the foreground with Jim behind him and just do 2 bubbles there, like those things, and then I don't know. I don't know if those 2 lines work together in the same panel. Like it kind of feels like there's a little bit of a beat between them.
Those things where Diamond does in After the War, and then the
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
I mean, I could see how many. I don't know how obvious it'd be. We could do. What if like. Did we do railing on this side? No. Maybe we didn't have railing, so I guess like.
But I feel like sort of like come up, like rubbing the back of his head.
Oh yeah. Um. I don't know if there's an angle that can get this. Um,
Because well, if you're trying to get both of them in there, but then you also have like the Twyla off-panel burst as well. Like that would be a jam-packed. That'd be a lot of bubbles in that panel.
well, I'm not saying like I think this. I don't quite know if I can get it to work, but
With the sort of TV in between them.
yeah,
Yeah. See, I feel like you could probably pull in tighter on Jim, like on his shoulder, since we just sort of spent a ton of time with him on that last page.
yeah,
So like as long as you can kind of make out his shoulder and his head, and maybe like the back of his hand like rubbing his head, that you could like get in tight on him, and then you could just see the TV and you could see Grampy in sort of like a 3/4 profile or whatever.
yeah. I mean, like that, or I just feel like the T if it was where it was, like it would have to be there, and then
I'm kind of thinking from the perspective of like a long lens, which would like compress that distance between them. So you
yeah,
would like pull way back, but the lens would make him really sort of big on that right side of the frame, and then you have them in the middle on the left. Yeah.
yeah. I just need to see where the Would you want him even Jim even bigger?
No, I think that works. I mean, like I don't know if that panel is going to be like for what else we need to try to get done on that page if it's going to be too big.
Yeah. So we have.
So then it was like the reverse of that. So like camera sitting on top of the TV, looking at Grampy with Jim behind him, giving that line, and then the Twyla burst, and then Twyla's shot with 3 bubbles in it. Then Grampy twists around, Twyla unplugging, and then a wide shot of Jim leaving and them arguing.
Let's see how big it is. I mean, yeah. Let's see. What'd you say this Twyla shot is?
She has it's panel 2.
Yeah.
Where she's standing in the doorway, looking angry. And then she also has panel 4, where she's holding the plug up from the extension cord.
I guess we should probably keep that establishing so we know where like she came from. Like we can't just do like a close up on Twyla to start.
Well, if you go, I mean, like at this point, like if you go back to page 1.
Yeah, I mean, I know we kind of showed the door, but
Yeah. I mean, the door's there. I mean, I feel like as long as, well, I mean, like you just have to get her sort of framed in the door.
I guess, yeah, because we could get her like, and then what else we got?
But I mean, I feel like it could be, that could be kind of like a, yeah. I mean, I don't think you need to get too much, because at the end of it, you kind of have like this wide shot too that kind of re-establishes where everybody is as Jim's leaving.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like a cheat where like your eyes are naturally going to go down there just to look at it anyway. So I feel like you can kind of get away with that. I think the problem comes in with that, like the first panel, like if we're trying to split those lines out at all. But you also have like the direction of her burst for wherever that happens. So that'll kind of help direct too.
Yeah, it's like,
but then there's also 2 off-panel bubbles there too, coming from Jim and Grampy.
oh boy.
Yeah, plus her line.
Okay, hold on.
That's going to need a little bit of extra space. Because those 2 could be coming from the bottom pretty easily, but she'd probably need a little bit of space up by her head for the... for the other one. But it could also be like, yeah, like eclipsing over some of the other, like the other panel. Like she's so angry and crazed, or just, are you fucking kidding me?
I think always in these rough sketches give text bubbles way more room than they need to.
Yeah, that's true.
I think too, like we could even I guess really the slam would be on the other side. But yeah, I could do some play with something there.
And then that next one, you can kind of have like, you could either be behind Twyla looking out from like behind her to see Grampy turning to face her. So you kind of get that relation between where they are.
Yeah, I was thinking, you behind Twyla.
You either go behind her, or just because if you want to establish where she is in relation to those two.
Yeah.
Because it's sort of that next one's Grampy's panel as far as like him turning to face her.
Oh yeah, I got you.
But having both of them in the frame would let you cement where she is in relation to him, since you know where Jim is in relation to him. He becomes our anchor point.
But then, okay, so then we're getting like a silhouette of Twyla almost.
Yeah.
It's weird because the door's there too, or maybe I'm like I guess it's just her head.
Yeah.
Or I need to more.
You could shoot him through the. You put the camera through her arm on her hip, like through that hole in her arm on her hip.
But then I feel like we're not establishing. What if it's like she's here? Because people are I can get people to identify a TV by like the back of it or whatever.
Yeah, or just like, even if you just had like the ears coming up through the frame to kind of like break them, like separate them.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that because then that'll sort of show that they're divided by this. I think too, like, because that'll be there. This box itself is actually pretty large. I don't even need it that large. I think I could even take, if I'm comparing it to some other comics, I could probably even take it down to there. I know we're sideways. Hold on. And then all right. Because I'm just looking at some other character sizes. That should be good. And then, oops. Is he in like a lazy boy or like?
He's in a wheelchair.
Oh, okay. And then what do we have? I think too, like I'll make this a little smaller. Let me change it. Alright, we got some room there, so that's where you're gonna get the "Are you kidding me?" And then we got oh shit, I need to get Jim in there too.
For which one?
Or am I ahead? Panel 2, Twyla standing, and then
that's just there's two.
But it says
two off-panel lines. So like you can have Jim's on the left on the bottom and Grampy's on the right on the bottom.
Well, Grampy's right here. Is this not?
Well, that's his. We're getting our vitamin D line for that panel. But like where she is, Grampy would be straight ahead of him, straight ahead of her in that second panel.
Oh, okay.
So you can just kind of split it. So like he'd be kind of off to the right, and Jim would kind of be off to the left. And I think the lines kind of differentiate who's actually saying them. Like I didn't put him down like by her hip.
Do you think I just worry read are they gonna read down and then back?
They should go top to bottom.
Yeah. All right.
Like top to bottom, left to right.
Yeah. Oh, I need to leave the boy alone.
Yeah, I'd put the butt mom on the left side by like where the bang is, or near that in that corner. And then put the leave the boy alone where the butt mom is.
Yeah. What about from like there? I could do a cut in of his face. I'm worried that the flow won't be like there to there to there. I guess I could draw lines to like guide him.
I don't know. I don't feel like. I don't know. I feel like it's weird, like attributing hit that line to him in that panel.
Yeah.
Like that, it just feels strange that he's sort of like, because of like she's there, but he's talking to her behind him and in front of him. Like I think just based on the lines, I think you can get who's saying what.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I guess the order doesn't matter. As long as we read hers first, too, it doesn't really matter. Grandpa's. I feel like we could just put both the grandpas in panel 2 and give more room to her reveal, or panel 3.
Wait, which one's in? They'll leave the boy alone.
Leave the boy alone, and then a beat with the second bubble. We're getting her vitamin D.
Yeah, that would work.
It feels like it gives her a little more reveal, and then I think it's sort of then. We honestly still have a lot of room. I could drop panel 3 down, do a long panel 3 with like his face shocked. I always like doing those close-ups because we only have, what do we have now? We have 4 and 5.
Yeah, the next one's Twilight holding the plug up, so maybe she should be kind of reaching down in that third panel.
Yeah. Let me check something quick. Yeah, I'm just checking how much I would need for like a close-up of. What are your thoughts of like panel like that? I can remove it.
No, I mean, I think having them like
same.
build that fight to like him not want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I think just going right into like him just sort of firing back at her, like, leave it alone. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Come out here yelling. There's no reason for it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, you know what I can do then? I can just give this more room so we can show.
I mean, it depends on how much of a wide shot we want for 5. So, like, if we have that space, then, like, 5 can be a decent wide shot. Since, like, we want to get Jim actually leaving and them arguing on the porch.
Yeah.
Like, you could even really go back to that wide shot from page 1 or something similar to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that top down, but move it over. Or kind of a similar angle. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, you could even, like, pull that out. You could maybe even make that, like, pull it back a little wider so you could see, like, Jim on his way. And it has, like, 2 lines for Grampy and Twyla going back and forth.
Yeah, what I could do is I could make the angle not as high up anymore, so you get a more of the background too, and then I could also.
Oh yeah. But we have that one other. I guess you would try to get her holding up the cord in that middle section.
Yeah, I'm gonna play around with that panel more. So okay, so is he?
Find Jim.
Well,
I mean, I think he could be foreground. He just needs to be like near the front of the, like he's come around the corner and he's grabbed his backpack and he's kind of like walking away from this fight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want any part of this.
Yeah. Okay. Just. Do you want him kind of small? And let the distance.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think like it's really the only thing that panel is doing is that like he's out.
Yeah.
He's not sticking around for this, and then we get the rest of where he's going after that. He's headed toward the front yard.
Yeah.
So, as long as it's clear that he's got his backpack and he's headed out. That's the only thing we really need to convey, and it's just the other thing is that they're bickering back and forth.
I mean, I could. I feel like I put myself in a weird spot with these paintings.
Yeah, that little that little section you got there isn't. It's only little. It's only a little guy.
Like, who all are we seeing in this picks up the cord?
I mean, it's really just kind of her. Like, if she's sort of starting to reach down in that one with her and Grampy, it can really just be her holding it, just holding it up where it's sort of dangling from her hand, where you just see the plug.
Yeah.
And then it's just her line. So, like, really, it could just be her. But if you wanted to do something like where you kind of had Grampy's head in the foreground or something like that, to where you kind of have some, like, I don't really know how you would show him being angered by that from the back of him, unless you could kind of like see a little bit of him. But she's kind of the forefront of it.
Yeah, we could do that one more like that. If we do the long shot, we can. Even that size is still a pretty decent page chunk. If we did this, what it allows us to then do is we could even get like an action shot of like the plug coming undone. So we could either have like 1, 2, or 3 panels along this line now. So we could either have like one whole panel of her holding it unplugged triumphantly, or we could have her like a long panel of her grabbing it, and then a sound effects yoink or something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that with the sound effects of like the buzz of the TV going off or something. I don't know. We'd have some option there.
Yeah.
Or we could just show the TV going off with that sort of classic, the tube, collapses to
the point.
Yeah. And then like get his shocked face.
So that would be like 3 panels, right?
Yeah.
If we did like, so like her reaching in that 3rd panel, the TV going off underneath her, under the 2nd panel, his shocked face, her holding the cord.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it would work. It's a lot, but it would work. I mean, it looks like we had the space for it.
We could even have her holding the panel here. I wonder if people would get that. Honestly, I mean, I do like to keep that wide shot, but we could even like get a Jim eye roll mini square in here or something.
Yeah, we're like, oh boy, not again.
What do we want to try? Actually, you were saying.
I was saying if you move that TV panel to the left underneath her coming out the door,
Yeah.
then you could get the Grampy, like, mad face in the middle there, and then have that last square on the right be her holding the cord triumphantly with her line.
You know what? It could also be. This is the panel and the angle you have. You get the shot and her, and she's doing like a yank. Motion or something. That might. I don't know. Alright, I'll move this one over. Alright, so we want to do the buzzed, the TV off, shock face. What does he look like in your mind? Oh, we drew him before.
Yeah, he's in 2.
Alright, yeah, I'll go look him. I'll make sure I look him up. I can't remember if he had a mustache or any facial hair.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do we want him? It's just her, or do we want him somehow like silhouetted?
No, I think having her sort of triumphant, maybe like a little lower angle, she's sort of like, I'm in charge of this shit.
Like she's imposing, like we're looking up at her.
Yeah, a little bit. Just give her that power.
Yeah.
She's feeling it.
I mean, I think the cool thing with this wide shot, we can even do a close up of him grabbing the backpack. I sort of like doing those, like, we don't have to. What I can do is, like, when I start to finalize it, see what my space is a little better. Because it doesn't need to be that far away, maybe.
Yeah.
Or, I'm trying to think, like, if I do that and get him farther away, I guess I could do like a... I don't know if having a space is better than putting like if we need like a shot of him grabbing the backpack or something. What's your call? What do you want for?
I don't think it needs the backpack grab. Like, I think just the fact that he has it and that he's headed out, I think it works fine.
I just wasn't sure because we hadn't seen him since this. I mean, let's see. So he's there. We're gonna have him rubbing his head. I guess I can make sure to establish back in this shot that there was like a TV over here or something. I just want to link them a little bit. These don't feel necessarily. I like these though. All this.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm on the fence on this last one. Like, I'd be curious to see like how it reads, or if there should just be one more of like us him sighing, and then like you see him getting up and walking or grabbing the bag. Like,
I mean, we could what you could do. I mean, like I feel like adding more panels to this page is just like making it super crazy.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you could break up those two lines between Grampy and Twyla and have them happen over panels while he's moving around that corner and like grabbing his backpack. Because like really that Grampy line, he's got like 3 separate lines within that one line, and Twyla has 2. So like you could break it up into like pieces as he's going.
Yeah. What do we got?
But I just feel like you're just sort of like lingering there for longer than you need to.
Yeah, I think it's fine. You knew he was around. We established the page before.
Yeah.
I think we can do something too that kind of show he's isolated with the color, or just kind of draw some focus to him so you kind of see that you're following with him.
Yep. I
could, if I wanted to, do some fun things like the dotted lines off of like where he was or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so I had leave the boy alone. We're getting her vitamin D. She reaches out. Basically, now on this panel, she would say
on that this one. Now you both have to watch the world burn in person. TV's mine.
And then
now you burn. And then that one has a Grampy line and a Twyla line.
Where's her line? Oh, on the other page.
On the next page.
All right, so we start off clouds, relaxing day. We get the establishing shot, so that's in their head. Start some lines from Grandpa. We'll probably, even though it looks far out, I'll probably have enough that I can show some detail on Grandpa and Jim.
Yeah.
Because that's actually almost like a half. That's a third of a page. So once I get down to actual details. Eye roll, start of a cracker's hand. Some action shots with crackers. I think he's curious, so I think it's fine. He sort of jumps off the balcony. We see the hole. Look in. 10 million off panel. Can't draw here. We get him rubbing his head, so that'll connect the head bump. So, like, what you'll sort of carry the user into this scene. Sheely comes in with a door slam. So she'll already be reaching in that panel, so the TV going off. It doesn't matter. Anyways, even if they're kind of confused, you're confused along with Grandpa, and then you see her holding it.
Yep.
Yeah. I dig it. Cool. You want to just call it for tonight?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, let me at least stop it. All right, cool. So this concludes page 3.